If you decide to take on this plumbing job, then make sure the main water to the whole house is off. If you are not comfortable with working with plumbing, maybe you should call a professional or somebody who knows what they're doing.
All right, so now I'm going to change this faucet to this. And it's be fairly easy. It's the same thing. I have to undo these from the bottom and then pull it out. Either you turn these off. I don't like messing with these because when you turn them off, they tend to drip, drip, drip. And it wears the washer inside, especially if you haven't used them in a while. So turn the main water to the house off. And these were here, but I took the old ones off already. And so I gotta undo these under here. To loosen it up. Okay. I will always try to use my pliers first, but if that doesn't work, you see, I just need to make it to where it's a better grip. And I can fit it back here tighter. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just take this. Careful not to break nothing. And go like that. And just move it. Then you take it apart with your fingers. Now I'll put this in, just lay it there, and then I want to put these on first because they're not going to fit past this. So now they don't have to be super tight. Over time they must have just gotten corroded. See the ring? It's sodium, calcium, and it just corroded it. I mean, you can snug it up if you want, but I might just leave it like this. Try to move the top of it if it doesn't move. Before you put the lines on, make sure the rubber gasket is inside to ensure a nice seal. And let's put it on, snug it up. I mean, make it tight, but don't over tighten it. See how I finger tightened it hard enough to just kind of compress the washer. That's all you really want to do. And that's why the plastic or the rubber washer's there, just so you can compress it, and that creates the watertight seal. See, you give it a tug, and if it doesn't move, then I finger tightened the plastic pieces to hold this on, and it's pretty tight. And now that this is done, you really want to clean the top part of this, because if anything gets in the way of this washer, then it's possible that it will leak. That's why I don't use Teflon. And you want to finger tighten it as far as you can go, because if it goes in all the way, then you know you're not cross-threading it, and you don't want to break nothing. And again, just compress the washer, you know. That's all you need. And when it starts to get tight, these are plastic, so kind of hold it. So you're tightening this bolt, you want to hold this, because some houses don't use copper anymore. If you can see, this pipe is CPVC, so you want to hold it because you don't want to crack the pipe. Sometimes they're brittle. So I'm going to change this out because this is leaking from here. Now, if you have that problem, you can buy another washer. Take this screw out, re-put the washers in, and then that would be fixed. But in this case, I'm just going to replace the whole thing, and because that's a compression fit, and this is a compression too. But you can use a shark bite if you like. Just make sure you have a lot of room to kind of push it in. And sometimes they're threaded, so this is already here and it's welded to the pipe. So I'm holding like that, and then this is unloosening it. So I'm spinning the bolt this way, start, finish, and it's coming unloose. And I'm going to replace everything. Make sure you have your bucket. I'm going to take this off. Pull it off. And if you don't have a special tool, just kind of take it, squeeze it, and pull. Then do it again, and then pull. And eventually it'll thread itself off like that. So now, right where the other ring was, right here, put it on. So this, you want to make it as tight as you can get it, because you're bending the copper to kind of mold the copper to the bottom. So that don't have a plastic washer like this one, so that's going to be tighter than this. Now, if this is plastic tubing, CPVC, they will have a special fitting with CPVC plastic inside, molded to this. And all you would have to do is glue it on, and then there you go. This side came off easier since I just put it on, squeezed it, and twisted it one way off this ring. You always want to use the ring provided and not the same, because there might be crimp marks on there, and this might have a little pit where that crimp mark was, and it just, that's where it would leak from, and that's the reason why they give you new ones. Anyhow, and if you have CPVC pipe, I would not use this unless you have a real strong hand, because if you kind of, that might crack faster than this copper, and these bolts are hard to put on, so I would be careful with that. Use a shark bite. This is shark bite too, but what I mean by shark bite is the push connect shark bite, because then you won't have to worry about, unless there's threads already on here, then you will just put some tape and then thread it on. The compression fittings are a lot harder than to just thread it. Now that is done, I'm going to install this part by first taking this apart, unloosening that, unloosen this, so I can lift it out of here. So this just came straight up through the hole, and I slid all this down. So that's all trash. You just need this for that. Now, what you're gonna do is the same thing. Take all this off, like that, and slide it right in the hole, just like that. And slide everything back. I like to take my wood putty, plumber's putty.
Almost done?
Yep.
Okay. I got an appointment, so.
Alright.
Alright. No, I still haven't been paid at all for December, so I need one for December. This whole thing was
I'll put this
already
on
changed.
right there with the plumber's putty, and I just use the washer as well. You put this arrow side up,
No, because I want it to be accurate, so I want to make sure that it's.
and then you put this right there, and you need this for the pipe.
By today or Monday, then that's fine.
I like to use plumber's putty on the bottom as well. So squeeze it up in there like so. And you can always keep the extra that comes down and tighten everything together. Now don't over tighten, just tighten perfect, because this kind of creates like a washer under compression. So you'll know it's plastic, it's hand tight. No tools necessary.